Great weather, Skylar, but I know you have some good news for the weekend, right? That we can look forward to?
Yeah, I'll give you something to look forward to. You know, looking out at that sky cam, it's raining, yet it's got some sunshine, so we got some drizzle. We're seeing it here on the radar. We've had some of that drizzle just moving through the area, especially over the last couple of hours. So here's what our big setup is. So low pressure system is just going to hover over here in the Atlantic, and it's just going to hang out for much of the week. So bad news here is we're going to have some of these scattered showers going to be moving into the area as we head into our work week. So here's a look at that sky cam again. So, you know, I was outside earlier for lunch break and it was raining on me, but we had some sunshine. So I was like, all right, what's it going to do today, right? So yes, we are getting some of that patchy little drizzle here and there, a little bit of rain. This should be starting to clear up here shortly, actually, in the next hour or two, and we should be starting to clear up a bit. Now we'll catch some glimpses of sunshine as we head into the afternoon, but really not that much, so just expect the clouds to stick around. So we're looking at those 50s around the area. It's been a slow go for warming up, so here's what we're expecting for the rest of the day. It's cool. We'll be clearing up later on this afternoon. Most of us will be in those low 60s with the winds out of the north about 5 to 15 miles an hour. I'll have your good news and the rest of your forecast coming up here in just a moment.
All right, I can't wait. Thank you, Skylar. We'll check back in with you in a bit. Now to an ABC6 follow-up. An hours-long massive police presence outside an apartment building on Eric Road overnight, ending peacefully. Now, after the incident prompted an evacuation order in shelter in place for residents. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trigelis is live.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
We've been looking at the satellite and radar, and we've had a lot of this light scattered, kind of drizzly weather kind of making its way into the area. We should be starting to clear out now. There's a little bit left, so you're still catching some raindrops outside. Some areas a little bit more than others, but most of the afternoon and early morning hours we've seen just some of that drizzle. So what's going on is we have this low pressure system that's just sitting out here in the Atlantic, and that is helping bring in some of this moisture, and we're catching the back end of it. So we're kind of getting the tail end of this. So as we look outside on the sky cam, you know, earlier it was raining a bit, but we had the sunshine out. So it just depends on where you're at and what you're getting, but we're just going to keep seeing a lot of these gray skies for today. We'll get some intermittent times of sunshine throughout the afternoon, but it'll be brief. So those temperatures now, it's been a bit of a slow go on the warming this morning. So now we're getting into those mid 50s, some upper 50s. We're at 60 degrees in Norwood right now, so it's not too bad. We are warming up, so most of us will be in those low 60s for the afternoon, and that should be coming here in the next, say, 2 hours. So we're cool today, but we are clearing a bit. That rain will start to taper off, and any of that drizzle will taper off. But those winds are staying out of the north about 5 to up to 15 miles an hour. So here's what's going on. So we have this warm air over here that's heading all the way up into Canada, and that's driving our jet stream way up north of us. And as it's starting to come down, it's bringing a lot of that cooler air into our area. So we're going to be much cooler as we head into the week. But the good news is we have some nicer weather heading into the weekend. So what we're looking at between today and tomorrow on the Futurecast, and that went a little fast, but we do have that low pressure system that is still going to be spinning off here over by Nova Scotia. So the good news with that is it's going to bring a little bit of rain to this area. That'll get rid of some of those wildfires, but it's still going to be spinning back and giving us some of these scattered showers throughout the week. So expect some slight rain chances as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and that's just because of that unstable weather pattern. But we'll be in those mid to upper 60s around the area. By the time we get into Friday, we're going to start to clear. We're going to still see those mid 60s or so. And then by the time we get into Saturday, that's when we start to warm up. We're going to be clearing up. We'll be back in the 70s, and it will be a pretty nice end to this forecast.
Thank you. Still to come on ABC6 News at noon. We are watching the Celtics off-season moves. In the C's, they have added a new addition to Missoula's staff. Plus,
company wants to pay. Call the heavy hitter.
Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
All right, for the rest of the day, so we are going to stay cool today, but we are going to be clearing. We'll catch some pockets of sunshine, but expect just a little bit of those scattered showers to be moving on out here soon. Winds will be out of the north 5 to 15 miles an hour. So unstable weather pattern for the entire week, but we do start to clear up on Friday. These are not washout days, just a couple of chances of showers here and there intermittently throughout our week. And then by the time we get into Saturday and Sunday, your good news is that we are warming up and clearing up, and it is going to be way better.
Glass half full type of week. I like it. All right. Thank you, Skylar, and thanks for joining us for ABC 6 News at noon. The news continues first at 4, and for news and weather anytime, abc6.com is always on. Have a great rest of your afternoon. We'll see you back here next time.
Was in place overnight, but again, now that situation has ended peacefully, Tara Lynn. We're live in Mansfield. Yanni Tregellis, ABC 6 News.
And get a check of your forecast with ABC 6 meteorologist Skylar Spindler. Skylar.
We've seen just some scattered light showers around the area. A lot of us really not even seeing anything at all about it because that's not even making it to the ground. So getting a little bit of patchy drizzle here and there, but not really picking up a whole lot in terms of accumulations for any rain. So what's happening here is this low pressure system is just kind of parked off here in the Atlantic, and we're catching the back end of this. So the good news to it is it's bringing a lot of rain up into Nova Scotia, which is going to control those wildfires and help our air quality here. But again, as this starts to make it back into our area, it fizzles out by the time it gets to us. So here's a look outside at Providence. It's 49 degrees. You can kind of see there's a little dry air at the surface. So we're going to catch some of these clouds and sunshine today. Again, we'll have some of this scattered bits of rain here and there. Winds are out of the north-northwest at about 6 miles an hour. And those temperatures as you wake up, most of us in those upper 40s and low 50s to get our morning started. So what we can expect for today, it'll be cooler, and we'll have that patchy drizzle through the morning hours. We'll see 57 all the way out on the Cape, but as we head further inland, most of us will be in those low 60s to mid 60s for our highs today, and the winds will be out of the north about 10 to 15 miles an hour. I'll have more details on your forecast coming up in just a moment.
Thank you, Skylar. Now to today. Let's get you over to meteorologist Skylar Spindler for a check of your forecast.
Well, we've been looking at some of the rainfall, so I decided to go back to about 48 hours just to see what we saw over the weekend. So since Saturday evening, we really didn't pick up a whole lot. We just saw about some trace amounts and less, really just not a whole lot. But kind of look out on the South Shore. Plymouth had about 3/10 of an inch, and up in Boston had about 1/10 of an inch. So most of the rain total accumulations came from the, well, pretty much north of our area. For us, we're just getting a little bit of little scattered showers. We're getting some drizzle, but really just trace amounts for our area. So here is that big setup. So we have a low pressure system that is just parked out in the Atlantic, and that's helping with this moving into the area. So it's kind of, we're on the back side of it. So by the time it gets to us, it just turns into a little bit of drizzle. Temperatures right now a little bit cooler. We're sitting in those upper 40s. A few of us in the 50s, but not too bad. We do start to warm up today. Newport is 50 degrees with the winds out of the north at about 8 miles an hour. So our forecasted highs for the day, not too bad. We'll stay mostly in those upper 50s along the Cape or so. And then as we start to move a little further inland, Newport, you'll be about 64 today, Providence 64. So a lot of us sitting in those mid 60s. So not entirely too bad. So we'll stay in those 60s for the week. And that's just because we have this warm dome of air out to the west and stretching all the way up into Canada. So we are on the backside of this jet stream that's moving down to the area, and that's bringing some of this cooler air here. So we're going to stay cooler for the week. So this is going to keep those temperatures a little bit below our seasonable average. So what we can expect is that cooler weather pattern to stick around with us for much of the week. We'll have some scattered rain throughout this forecast, but it's not going to be a washout. So just expect some more light drizzle here and there to move in, just because we have that unsettled weather pattern that is just hanging out for the week. I'm going to have more details on this forecast coming up in just a moment.
All right, Skylar, thank you. It's 6:09. Still to come on Good Morning Pro.
Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
And now, your ABC 6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
Well, we're looking at the satellite radar over the last couple of hours, and we really haven't picked up a whole lot of rain. So showing on the radar, but we have a little bit of dry air at the surface, and that's eating up a lot of this. So we're getting some trace amounts in some areas, and really it's just not even making it down to the ground. So really we didn't get a whole lot of rain. So most of our rain came early in the weekend on Friday night and into Saturday. So here's a look at that big setup. So this low pressure system is going to stay parked out here in the Atlantic, and that's going to help contribute to this unstable weather pattern as we head into the week. The good news is it is bringing some rain up here to the Nova Scotia area where all the fires are at. So that's going to help clear our air up for the week. But by the time this little bit of rain gets to our area, it's mostly going to get eaten up. So we'll see some scattered showers as we head into the morning hours. But look, we're already starting to clear up a bit. So we'll see moments of sunshine mostly today. We're going to have those cloudy skies with some intermittent moments of sunshine throughout the day. So we already seeing this clear up as we start to see that rain move off, that scattered showers moving off. Temperatures as you're waking up, we're in those upper 40s and some low 50s around the area. So pretty comfortable this morning until those winds start to pick up. So our high tide is going to come in at 9:23 a.m. Low tide will be at about 2:40 this afternoon. We'll keep the winds out of the north about 10 to 20 miles an hour. And visibility wise, we're going to be about 5-6 miles out on the water. And that water temperature 60 degrees with 2 to 3 foot swells. So for today, expect it to be cooler. We have this patchy drizzle this morning, but we do clear up after lunchtime. So again, expect some clouds. We'll have some sunshine, and then we'll see those temperatures warming up. Most of us will be in those mid 60s today. We'll keep the winds out of the north 10 to 15 miles an hour. So here's what's heading into the rest of the week. So warm air sitting here. It's all the way up in Canada, but that's causing the jet stream to move down into our area, and that's bringing that cooler air to the area. So that's going to keep our weather pattern a bit unstable, a bit cooler for the week. So we can expect those 60-degree temperatures for much of our week. So moving into later on today in the afternoon hours, we do start to clear up. So you can kind of see a lot of that cloud coverage sticking around at the lunchtime hour. Now we do have some sunshine as we get into the evening hours, and then by the time the sun goes down, you'll see some of that moving out. But by the time we get into tomorrow, we do have some more rain that moves in the afternoon. Again, it's going to be scattered, so we're not really looking at a full-on rain event. We're just looking at scattered showers moving through the area. So what's going to stick with our forecast is those chance of showers as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with those upper 60s around. And then by the time we get to Saturday, all of this lifts off. We start to clear up, warm up, and looking for a nice weekend ahead with those mid 70s returning with some sunshine. And you know what? That's the good news for the weekend, is that at least we're getting all of the chance of showers and spotty little drizzle here and there and cooler temperatures during the week. And for the weekend, we're having a bit of a better weekend in store.
I like the rain during the week, so then you can enjoy the weekend.
Absolutely, because this weekend we had
We
some
all
of that
deserve
rain.
it.
We
Yeah.
had some of the rain this weekend,
did.
so outdoor plans were
Yeah, I was talking about that earlier with Skylar. I did not bring my jacket on Saturday, running out there with a notebook over my head. Very, very damp out there this weekend, but at least we're getting it during the week, so we don't have to have that during the weekend.
And it seems like right now most of the places that are going to really catch more rain is going to be up in Boston and along the coast area, so along the South Shore in that area. So we'll still pick up some tomorrow, but
Skylar's pick of the week, what is it?
we're going to go for the weekend.
Yes. Me too. My eyes are on Saturday. Spending all day outside on Saturday. Looks great. All right. Thank you, Skylar. It's 6:21. Still to come on Good Morning Providence. We're going to get a look at some highlights from a memorable weekend of lacrosse.